and let me just ask you something. Do you think that preparation for birth and after birth, rather what we call prenatal, antenatal birth, do you think it is an experience that needs people to come in and help someone? Is it some, having had that experience,
Yeah.
do you think that somebody is supposed just to be left to go through that experience alone?
No. And for us, it was not easy.
Mm-hmm. So welcome back to Present Fatherhood. My name is Jeff Lindy. So this week we're just going to have a series, like I said in my previous video, that we are going to have a series with a number of fathers, just to present fathers who are really present, and just to have their experience on how their fatherhood has been. So this week I have a friend of mine who is the newest father in town. So we're just going to have his experience, because I was having a conversation with him last time, and he told me how things have been. So he's just going to share something for us, and let's see.
Viewers, my name is Godwin Okach. I'm a chef and a food blogger. So I became a dad on the date of 8th August this year. During that time, I remember it was just a few days after I had started work at a new place at the first. So the journey has not been that smooth or easy, but it has been worth it. I remember it was on 6th August, which was my birthday as well, when my wife called me and said that the gyna had told her that she should not spend the night at home, and she is to go to the hospital with at least good facilities, since she was going to be a first-time mom, and there were some complications. So at first we were worried, because according to the doctor, she was not supposed to be due during that time, but the baby was tired inside the womb, and so she had to seek more, a little bit serious medical attention. So the challenge came whereby I didn't want to force things. Me and her, we didn't want to force things for her to give birth normal, and the doctor had already said that it's dangerous, because the baby was getting more and more tired. From 6th to 8th, she was still struggling with labor all those days. So the problem came whereby some of the relatives were saying that no, she must give birth the normal way.
So you also actually experienced the problem of relatives and
Yes.
coming in between you and
Yes.
and your partner.
Yes.
And how did that one affect you, and how did you handle it as a father?
During that time, I didn't want to show my wife that I can feel the pressure, but we had already discussed, and the two of us, we were okay with it.
So you had already, this is a conversation that you guys had already had.
Yes, but now when her relatives tell me that no, she should try to give birth normal, blah blah blah, I wasn't telling her all that, because I knew that it will give her more pressure. Because another problem was that her blood pressure was so high, and when the blood pressure is so high,
You didn't want to add to more pressure.
Yeah, because another reason why she had to take a lot of time from 6th to 8th was because of the blood pressure, because it's very dangerous for the mom. So we also had to wait for the blood pressure to go down or to neutralize for her to go and give birth. So you see, if I could have added these other things, it could have caused more complication. Her pressure will have gone high.
So guys, this, just to retaliate, these are some of the things that you don't really plan for, but they just happen. They are complications that come with giving birth. And as a father, as a man, unfortunately, these are things that will get you off guard. You can never prepare enough. So like you can hear you is saying that there were issues of blood pressure, blood going up, and that is just to mention but a few things. A number of things can happen that you didn't prepare for.
Actually, when we were going for the clinic visits,
Mm.
there is this guy now who told us that the baby is okay and that my wife was going to deliver normally. So when we were planning, we were sure that he's going to
Have a normal delivery.
Yeah, normal delivery. So even when we were doing our budgets and saving, we were working with that.
Yes.
We were sure. So when all this came, we had no option. She's in the hospital. And I remember on 2nd, we had made some payment somewhere, some down payment somewhere, about something that we were going to sort. So you see, we had already put like almost all of our money somewhere else, because we were sure that this is roughly the money that we are going to need. So on that particular day, 8th, she went to theater and she delivered successfully through CS. After the delivery, the baby came, and we were all excited as always, but the mother was a little bit tired. When we came the next day, which was the 9th of August, we were told that the baby, the blood sugar was very low, and they wanted the baby to go to nursery. It was around 1 point something, and she was born with 2.6 or 7 kg, and her blood sugar and his blood sugar was very low, which according to the doctors were dangerous. So to make sure that the baby's blood sugar will be okay, the mom has to breastfeed her very well. But now the mom had very little milk during that time.
Wow.
So it was a problem. Every time the doctor comes and check on the baby's blood sugar, it's 2 point something. It goes to almost 3, then it goes back to 1.
So she stayed in the hospital for some time.
So she had to stay for the hospital.
Is this something that you had planned for, and were there finances that you already set aside that
we had
to go die by?
No. So on 10th, when we came, which was on I think Saturday, I had to go and ask for the bill. I told her, let me go check for the bill so that at least I can. She was supposed to be discharged on Sunday. So let me go check for the bill so that I don't wait for tomorrow and start running up and down when we are supposed to be discharged.
So did you have any insurance?
I didn't have any insurance. Didn't have any insurance.
I remember what really helped us in our first birth was insurance. We had prepared and paid NHIF. And we also got Linda Mama. I don't know whether you, by that time, you knew about Linda Mama.
We had heard about Linda Mama,
yeah.
But I can say we didn't take that initiative so serious.
Because I remember there's a friend of mine also whose girlfriend was supposed to give birth, and the guy knew absolutely nothing. And he came to us and he asked us, and we are the ones who actually told about NHIF and about Linda Mama, and it really came through for him. And I guess this is something that, this is another video that we'll do. I remember there's a person who also requested for the video about preparation for birth, because I think this is information that every guy needs to know out there.
Very true.
Otherwise, you will be surprised by bills that you thought you could pay from your pocket,
yes,
but
to manage.
It's overwhelming.
Yeah.
So the baby is born, is home.
Yes.
You guys are breastfeeding.
Actually, it's still in the hospital.
Still in the hospital.
Yes.
Okay. So after how many days was she released?
After 3 days, but they wanted her to stay for more days. Actually, they wanted to take the baby. So first, after I had got the bill, I didn't tell her because the bill was double
what you had expected.
What we had expected, more than double.
Yes.
So I asked myself, what do I do? I went to the house. We had a saving account. You see these boxes that people buy on the streets, and then you say that okay, I will be saving
20 bob per day.
20 bob per day, or this amount in a month,
yes.
like that. So I went at home, broke the bank, and then poured all the money on top of the bed. I can't forget, and then started counting. After finishing, I'm like, oh my God, this is half what I need.
Yes. Where
do I start? When we were doing a birthday shower or something, some of my workmates where I was working had planned to come, but they did come because the money that they had collected was very small, and it was according to them
it was a lot.
It could be an embarrassment.
Oh yeah. So they didn't come.
So they didn't come, and still that is the money that they are still having.
Yes.
Because it was not even more than 5,000. So they opted that, okay, let's stay with this money after the baby has been born. We will go and submit it after some people have
submitted.
Yeah. So I said, okay, what do I do? And one thing I hate is taking loan. So you go, there is that money that you had saved that, okay, this one will buy land or do something. You go take something small from it. Then luckily, we had just been paid. So I went and took all my salaries. And added to what we have. Yes. Then I told.
What was the bill?
The bill was around 89,000.
Wow.
Then I talked to one of those guys and said, please just send me that money. And he said, oh no, blah blah blah. And I need that money now than ever before.
Do you and let me just ask you something. Do you think that preparation for birth and after birth, rather what we call prenatal, antenatal, birth, do you think it is an experience that needs people to come in and help someone? Is it some, having had that experience, do you think that somebody is supposed just to be left to go through that experience alone?
No. I believe people should be assisted, people should be helped, even if it's being taught. It's very important. First, I would like to advise every guy in this our generation is that as a man, a young man, you should have your principles.
What's the things that you stand for?
The things that you stand for. So me, one thing that I stand for is that I must be there to raise my kid. That is something that
and really that is what this channel is about. Present fatherhood, being there, raising your kids.
Yes. So that is what one thing that I've always been standing for. I must always be there to raise my kid.
And there's something that you mentioned to me. This is after the child has been born and now the raising of the kid. And you mentioned that it has not been easy for you people, especially doing the things of the house, taking care of your wife, taking care of your child. And at some point you mentioned that your wife lost one of her eyesight, and that is something that I was like, wow, how are these people handling it, having gone through the same thing?
Yeah. So after we have sorted out the bills and everything, we were back home. The mom came, the cousin came, the aunt came, and then when they are there, after a few days, my wife tells me that my eye is not seeing. Like, are you serious? That yes. So at first we thought that maybe it's a joke or something. So we tried asking her, like, can you see this? We take her in a room, a dark room. Can you see? She can't see. So we're like, oh, what do we do?
And she has just had a CS.
She has just had
and she has a baby I just want people to underline that.
She has just undergone CS. So something happens to one of my in-laws, the uncle. And the mom, the aunt, the cousin, they all have to travel. And we have to remain the two of us.
So there is no help?
There is no help. I'm at work. I've just started that work, as I've told you.
So I need the money.
I need the money. I need the time too, because my work schedule is tight.
Yes.
And it's like a 12-hour shift.
I know the work of a chef.
Exactly. So I come home. I come early. I cook. I do something. I ensure the baby is okay. We sleep. Actually, you don't sleep. You have a nap. The baby is crying. You wake up. Before you go to work, you should at least sort something, so that even when the mom is up, she does not have to do everything. At least you have covered something.
You have done a number of. So you used to wake up early.
Yeah.
You do a number of things.
You either wake up early or you sleep late.
Yes.
Those two.
Yes.
So when you are off.
And mind you, these are traditional things that initially our
forefathers
never really did. you know.
Yeah. So when I was off, it's when I was like, oh my God, we really need to respect women. I wake up early, I make the house, I have to wash the baby's clothes, I have to wash our clothes, and it's like, no, just wash the baby's clothes and leave ours. We will know if we will find someone to come and wash, or my aunt will have come. But I'm like, no, this is the day that there is water. When she comes and there is a pile of clothes,
maybe there's no water.
There is no water. So you just have to do it. You do everything, you cook, you make the house. So, and when you do these things, it's when you will understand. If you have if your wife is a housewife,
yes,
you will understand in the evening when you come from work and you say you are tired,
yes,
and your wife tells you that she's tired. It's when you will understand.
But without having the experience, you never understand.
Because I was like, I almost cried. But as a man, you can't just cry in front of a lady. I'm like, so this is what these people always go through.
Yeah.
Then you're like, and she's supposed to do this, and here's the baby. I felt so heart lifted. My heart really melted. I was like, we really need to give these people support.
Yeah.
We really need to. We should. There are some things, some beliefs that we had that, oh, the kitchen is not a place for the man. We really need to break that.
Yeah, we really need to change.
Exactly. That, oh, I can't do this cause, that therefore the woman, that has to stop. Because in this generation, we really need to help ourselves. Because if you are keen and according to statistics, our generation were not as strong as the generations before us.
We are being faced with a number of pressure.
And
we are susceptible to depression and stress and everything.
Exactly.
So until we experience and we support one another, that's when we'll be able to bring healthy families.
Yes. So my wife and I could not go to the hospital because, one, we can't go with the baby to the hospital. Two, we have no one that you can leave the baby with. You see, because if you think that actually, I'm sorry to say this, but most of your relatives will love your baby when he or she is grown. When he or she is small, you won't see them around. It's when they will say, give us Nani, we stay with him. Give us Nani to come and play with so and so. It's when you will see them mostly.
But when the baby, this is actually very interesting. I don't know if you're watching this, please just go to the comment and tell us have you gone through this? Have you experienced this in your relationship and when your baby was born? Do relatives really just want your baby when they are grown? Because that is really important that he has really brought her. And just to have maybe a last minute conversation, I would really want you to finish with and really something that comes from your heart about what you can tell a young person out there who probably is just going to be a dad.
Yes.
He has not been a dad yet, or somebody who is planning to be a father. What advice or what can you tell them?
What I can say is that you be positive. I remember when the baby was born, and before the baby was born, someone asked me, "How do you feel?" Do you know what I said? Afraid. And my fear was, one, I don't know the kind of dad I will be. That's one. Two, I don't know how I will handle the baby.
Yes.
Because in my life, I've never grown in an environment whereby a newborn baby has been born. I'm saying, okay, now it's a newborn. This is how a newborn is being taken care of. They do and don'ts, I don't know. So just be positive and pray.
Prayer.
Yes. God will help you a lot, because we are managing, and the baby, at least now we can see it's healthy, and we're like, oh my God, this is God. This is not us.
Yes.
And you feel very happy, feel very, very enlightened. Another thing, people are afraid of responsibilities. They are like, uchumi ni mbaya.
Yes.
Yeah, the economy is not friendly to most of us. But people are managing. When what I want, how I want to encourage people is that when you are one person, God will, your circle is small. So God blesses you just where you are standing.
Yes, yes.
When another person comes, your circle becomes
Increases.
bigger. So when this baby comes, things will just fall into place, even without you knowing, the way you didn't even expect. So just be positive, pray. I know someone might be afraid. Consult, do a lot of consultation. But when you are consulting, be sober, because not everything that someone will tell you will be correct. And plan. Because like when the way I told you that we had separated, when I said, okay, now we need to talk, and you were like, oh, we were saying a lot of things. I told the mom, do you know that we should now not be talking about it? We should be planning about how we'll be raising this kid. So plan. And when you are planning, don't have that mentality of so and so will help me, so and so will help me. Even if these people will help you, be somewhere.
Yes.
Be somewhere. Okay.
So yeah, I know this conversation can go on. We'll have another time where we'll have him. We'll have other fathers that are going to come here and share their experience, share deep on different topics. Maybe like we would like to hear their input on a number of things. So thank you for watching. Comment, share, and let's have a conversation around fatherhood.